It'll help you out.
I'm not too proud to go through the basics again.
To be a beginner snowboarder isn't a graceful thing. No.
A year ago, when I took my first snowboarding lesson at Jiminy Peak, you could have called me Captain Awkward. Well, shame aside, I decided this week would be a good time for snowboard lesson number 2. And Mark was just the guy to help me. He's been snowboarding for 11 years.
My point here today is to see if somebody who's only had 2 lessons can get a little further up the hill and hopefully encourage you to get out and try a little bit of snowboarding.
So we have tilt.
We started again with the basics, which incidentally is where you should start with an instructor. At Jiminy, the Get Skiing program gives you a lift ticket, rental ski or snowboard gear, and a 90-minute lesson for $55. Non-beginner group lessons are as cheap as $30 for 90 minutes. 15 minutes on the basics for me, and it was time for turning.
What we're going to do is we're going to try some toe side turns first. And what we want to do is we want to pivot the board.
Mark executed a perfect toe side turn, and then,
here goes Mike.
Like a swan.
There you go, there's fall number 1. This is not meant to be pretty.
The bottom line is that after only an hour of my second lesson, I was doing pretty well, and it graduated to the big boy slopes. You can too if you just give it a chance.
It can be done. Oh, so close. 4-6 on the slopes. I'm meteorologist Mike Augustyniak, Channel 6 News.
Well, sad but true, but we're at our last stop for this season in the Catskill Mountains. It's Bel Air Mountain, and we've been mashing the potato snow here for a little while. Conditions are not so bad for spring skiing. With warmer temperatures, though, the snow's going to be disappearing quickly, so get out and enjoy it while you can. With highs in the 40s in the Catskills, mainly rain has been falling on the slopes at Bel Air, which isn't as good a news as falling snow would be, but isn't as bad as ice either. The terrain park and half pipe still open, and while Saturday looks gloomy, there's the chance for some snow showers at least. And Sunday looks like it'll live up to its name with clearing skies. If you don't want to ski in the dampness of Saturday, there's still hope for the end of the weekend. Here's a look at conditions across the rest of the region. While Bel Air's on 29 runs, Gore Mountain is on 31 runs with 4 lifts. Jiminy Peak is closed right now, but they're trying to reopen for the weekend. Call ahead before you go there. Killington, which boasts the longest ski season in the Northeast, still on 101 runs with 9 lifts, 2 inches of new snow there. Mount Snow also still going strong, 54 runs and 5 lifts. Stratton Mountain still has 66 runs open for you with 21 to 61 inches of base, and Sugar Bush still skiing on almost 70 runs with 9 lifts and an inch of new snow there. 4-6 on the slopes. I'm meteorologist Mike Augustyniak, Channel 6 News. Okemo Mountain, that's the answer. In the Green Mountains of Vermont, we're at the summit lift. This may look familiar to you if you've been here before, but new terrain at the Jackson Gore summit, just that way, awaits you. 7 new trails. At 2,725 feet, this new peak gives you access to never-before-seen intermediate and expert terrain serviced by a new express quad. Try it for yourself this weekend. Take the North Star Express up to the old summit, ski onto Upper Mountain Road, and follow the signs to Jackson Gore. If you're a newcomer to Okemo, make sure you pick up a trail map at the lodge. You'll need to take a combination of lifts to get to some specific parts of this mountain, and that map will show you the best way to do it. Despite what you may think, the rain earlier this week has really had no adverse effects on ski conditions in the region. Bel Air Mountain still operating 38 trails with 6 lifts open. If you've got a valid college ID, Sunday, go to Bel Air. You'll get a discount. J Peak, 75 runs, 8 lifts. And even though it's too cold for beach volleyball, this weekend they have 3-on-3 snow volleyball. jpeakresort.com for more details on that. Okemo Mountain, 106 runs, 14 lifts open. Sunday, Vermont and New Hampshire residents get a break on prices. $21 afternoon lift tickets, $12 rental packages, and 50% off group lessons. Pico Mountain, 39 runs and 4 lifts. And to West Mountain, 20 runs open there, 6 lifts. 4-6 on the slopes. I'm meteorologist Mike Augustyniak, Channel 6 News. Say the last couple of weekends your excuse for not going skiing is it's been too cold. Well, this weekend you don't have that excuse, and of course if you come to Killington, which is where we are today, you never have that excuse with the gondola keeping you nice and warm. But between the warmer temperatures I'm expecting and views like this, you'll probably just want to get to the summit as fast as possible, click on those skis or snowboard and ride. I took Great Northern from the lift, which is an all-access pass to all levels of terrain. Diamonds and some excellent glade trails like East Glade are all accessible from this one green circle trail. If you're still a beginner, don't worry. Great Northern itself is a long cruiser with great views and gets you right back to the K1 Express. Over into the Adirondacks we go to Gore, which is on 57 trails and 5 lifts this weekend, and they continue their daughter days right through Sunday. Daughters 19 and under ski or ride for free if mom and dad pay for a full-price lift ticket for themselves. Killington has their Mogul camp going on this weekend. You can learn to master the bumps in this 2-day event, but you got to hurry to sign up. Go to vacation.killington.com. Mad River Glen on 100% of their terrain, 45 runs and 4 lifts. And Magic Mountain, 33 runs, 4 lifts open. Stratton in Vermont, they've got their Poppytown Puppets again this weekend, Sunday. Good one for the kids. 90 trails open there. Sugar Bush on 112 trails, 11 lifts, and Windham Mountain at 39 runs and 5 lifts.
And next weekend we're at Okemo in southern Vermont. 4-6 on the slopes. I'm meteorologist Mike Augustyniak, Channel 6 News. We've never had this much snow this early in the season. If that doesn't motivate you to get out and ski this weekend, nothing will. We're going to keep snow in the 6-day forecast off and on through the weekend as well, so that's going to mean a fresh dusting of snow on those slopes to keep them nice and slick, and temperatures in the 20s through the weekend will mean little, if any, melting. You'll have your pick of the ski resorts this weekend if you're looking for new snow. Most area resorts picking up at least several inches of new snow in the past 24 hours, and many running on 100% of their terrain. Bromley no exception. They're on 100% with 2 inches of new snow and 43 trails in operation. Gore Mountain at 60 trails and 8 lifts. Hunter Mountain, 50 trails, 8 lifts, 2 inches of new snow, 4 inches of new white stuff at J Peak, 70 runs and 8 lifts there. Jiminy at 40 runs and 7 lifts, 100% open. Mad River at 43 runs, 4 lifts, 6 to 44 inches of base with 3 to 5 inches of new snow. 6 inches of new snow at Magic Mountain. They're open 100% at 33 trails and 3 lifts. Pico, 42 runs, 4 lifts, 6 inches of new snow. Stowe at 47 runs, 8 lifts, 6 to 8 inches new. And Sugar Bush on 114 runs, 6 inches of new snow there. 4-6 on the slopes. I'm meteorologist Mike Augustyniak, Channel 6 News. Well, I'll admit it, sometimes downhill skiers get into a rut of just thinking about where the big hills are. But if you want another way to take advantage of all this great snow we've had this season, consider cross-country skiing. If you don't live near a field where you can ski in or just want all the amenities provided by a professional resort, this week and next I'll have a few ideas of where you can go. In the foothills of the Adirondacks, in less than an hour-and-a-half's drive from downtown Albany, Lapland Lake Cross Country Ski Center near the Fulton-Hamilton County line is buried under 3 feet of natural snow. And that's where we are today. Voted last year as a top 5 ski center by you and your fellow cross-countryers, Lapland Lake has almost 40 kilometers of groomed and track-set trails, as well as 12 untouched kilometers for trailblazing and snowshoeing. There's lots of variety in the scenery, from open field trails to treks through the woods, and keep your eyes open for the local residents. If you can't make it here before winter daylight ends, or you really just want to make a day of it, Lapland Lake goes under the lights Saturday nights for skiing until 9. If you're tired of facing lift lines and crowds at the big mountains, or you've never skied before and downhill intimidates you, cross-country skiing may be an alternative worth checking into. It's a good way to work on your balance, not to mention a lot cheaper than downhill skiing. A weekend day of skiing here for an entire family of 4 will cost you less than $45, and for specific rates and directions, go to laplandlake.com. And next week we'll be at a place that's most well known for its trees, which you can take home as souvenirs. For 6 on the Slopes, I'm meteorologist Mike Augustyniak, Channel 6 News.